People fear what they don't understand.
I think if people just, open their minds a little bit, and I feel like if people actually really got to know someone who was Muslim or Middle Eastern, they would see they probably have a lot in common with them.
I think superheroes really allow us to have a very positive role model.
We all know that there's diversity within ourselves and our own group, but we don't give that possibility to the other, whatever the other may be. But I don't know anything about comic books or superheroes.
Excellent. What do you think of this notion of Islamic superheroes inspired by Islam?
I can respect the trying to correct the perception of Islam.
He's dealing with he's trying to find a common ground between the East and West.
I had heard of this concept before, I'm sure it was his, and was intrigued by the whole idea that this kind of avenue is available to Islam, and I really appreciate it, mainly because I have a background and interest in anime and manga out of Japan.
They allow us to see someone who tries their best to make the community a better place, but it also gives us a realistic view, because there's no superhero without faults.
When bad people get a hold of a good thing, sometimes it screws it up for the rest of it. You heard that saying, one bad apple ruins the bunch? That's the thing. So when he's saying heroes, inspired by Islam, he said it himself that they weren't Islam characters, they were just inspired by them. And he said, oh crap, don't let my children watch this. It's like, you're afraid your child going to become an Islam, you're afraid your child is going to do something crazy, like try to, set himself on fire and stuff like that. But it's, like he said, it's not so.
A lot of it has to do with upbringing, like how your parents kind of raise you, the environment you're raised in has something to do with it. And I think also it has a lot to do with your own internal wanting to know more about what's around.
In general, we've lost respect for the truth.
And we've had such a terrible outlook on Islam for such a long time that people are afraid to change.
Over there in the Middle East, they think he's bringing something from the West to them. It's a kind of westernized idea. But in West, they think he's trying to bring an Easternized idea or Islamic ideas. And this is the problem he's facing, and it's amazing how he deals with them, and he's taking his time and patience about this problem.
It may just take a little bit of time. I think if people just open their minds a little bit.
I think what the world of superheroes has done for the world itself is give children something to look up to and something to try to become. Not the powers themselves, but the values that the superheroes represent.